Hi, I'm Julian Dismore, author of TV An Insider's Guide, a must-read for anyone who wants to work in television. And to prove it to you, I'll tell you 3 top tips for how to get into television. The first starts with the story of me filming in the Philippines about 10 years ago. I was an undercover journalist pretending to be a paedophile to expose sex tourists. Now, when I arrived in the Philippines, I found out that the previous journalist who tried to expose sex tourists had had his head cut off by the local mayor, so it was slightly worrying. Now, the hidden camera I had to use, because I was undercover, was a badge. Was a lens in a badge in my pocket, and the microphone was a pen, all wired up into a recorder around the back of this waistcoat I was wearing. Now, when I was filming in one of these brothels, the owner of the brothel got chatting to me, had a few drinks, and he divulged on hidden camera that he'd get anybody who crossed him killed within 20 minutes because he had friends in the local police, the local army, and the local government. About 5 minutes later, one of his prostitutes came over and said, "Can I borrow your pen?" If my pen had come out with all the wires and everything attached to it, I'd been exposed and in deep, deep trouble. Luckily, I had a spare pen. So my first tip to you guys who want to work in television is always have a spare pen. Another tip is when I was filming in South Africa, we were given a safety briefing by one of the game rangers. The show is called Game Rangers South Africa. It was about game rangers in South Africa. And the game ranger told us, very, very important, if you come across, I'll do the accent for you, if you come across a lion that is sedated, what you mustn't do is put your fingers in its mouth or up its anus, because you could activate the animal. I was a bit puzzled by this, so I said, can I just get this right? So if we come across potentially the scariest creature in the jungle, we don't put our fingers in its mouth, where all the sharp teeth are, or indeed up its bottom? Correct, he said, because you could activate the animal. So that's tip number 2. Don't put your fingers up a lion's anus. Your third tip, whatever you do, don't put your spare pen up the lion's anus either. So there's just a few tips for you. There's a lot more tips in this book, this must-read book for anyone who wants to work in television. It's available for £11.99 English pounds from the following website, www.thehothive.com, or you can join my Facebook group, TV:, not a lion's colon, TV: Insider's Guide for work experience opportunities and training programs which I run, or you can visit my website, www.tvtheinsidersguide.com. Happy reading.